Welcome to the Workday Integration Technology presentation about zero-code integrations. I am Marko Nissinen, Lead HCM Integration Consultant at TietoEVRY. Firstly, I want to introduce you to the Workday Integration Cloud and its possibilities. On the right side, you see the architectural picture of Workday integrations, and on the left side, you will see a list of possible integration technologies to be used. First, there is public web services. You see that in orange on the picture. And there is SOAP and REST-based web services available. Custom integrations, you see them on the bottom right side of the picture. This includes EIB, which means Enterprise Interface Builder, Document Transformation, and Studio. Document Transformation and Studio includes custom code, and EIB is configurable. Connectors, which are part of the Integration Cloud Connect. There are many different connection options like Core Connector Worker, Payroll Effective Change Integration, and many others that are provided either by Workday or Workday software partners. Today I'm going to present you three different technology options, one from each category. They will be RAS, Report as a Service, so you can activate a custom report to get a RESTful web service. This is commonly used, for example, with job postings, so integration to LinkedIn is a very common use case, and it fully automates your job posting process to LinkedIn. EIB, Enterprise Interface Builder. This is integration with configurable transformation. This is very commonly used with legacy systems that require full file in CSV or XML format. And lastly in the presentation is Core Connector Worker. This is a configurable integration for changes since last run. So it sends you the Delta file of changes in XML format. This is very commonly used in identity management integrations. And now to the presentation. And now we move to the tenant. Here you see a custom report that I have built for the purpose of this demonstration. You see that I have included some simple data regarding an employee. There is a filter company code, and it's going to prompt it during runtime. Instead of running the report, I am actually going to show how it works as a web service. So we go to the list and view URLs. And it's going to ask us the company code. So I just choose Global Modern Services. Here you see different output options. So for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to choose Simple XML. And here you see that it's outputting simple data, which I chose the report now as a web service. So just by giving this URL, username and password to your developers, they can utilize this REST web service to get data out of Workday to build simple integrations or repeatedly ask some simple data. The next thing I'm going to demonstrate you is an EIB. So I'm going to create an EIB. And I'm going to name it as int.mgn EIB demonstration. We're going to build outbound EIB, but it's also possible to build inbound EIBs to download data to Workday with Excel. But outbound EIBs are more for integration stream. Here you see the settings. So this is going to guide you through each needed demonstration or configuration step. Data source, we choose the report I just shown you. So we can use the same report that we used for this RAS also as a source of data to EIB. We have now here a possibility to transform it. So we use this new custom report transformation functionality. We can choose the delivery. For the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to keep it as an attachment. and I'm going to make it a CSV file. Here you have the summary of the configuration. And click OK. Now we still need to configure the transformation. Here you see that this transformation is purely configurable. I can decide if it's a delimited file, fixed width, what kind of delimiter there's going to be used. And I can also modify the columns and the logic of the values. So I'm going to remove these quotation marks from the file. And instead of company ID, I'm going to call the column company code. We can also set up header and footer if we want to, but I think this is enough for this demonstration. Now, after I click OK, it is closing. So let's look our integration. I'm just going to go to the actions and integration and launch. Right now, I could also schedule it from here, but let's launch it once. In the report, there was a prompt company. So actually, this EIB automatically takes the report prompts. So here you could be many prompts for the report, but I only configured one. Now I run the integration. And it has completed in 12 seconds, quite a quick one. This is very powerful technology to run integrations quickly. And here we see the end result. CSV file opens in Excel. Same data as we've seen in the RAS report. Now it's in CSV format. And you see here the company code is changed from the company ID. As I mentioned, there are no quotation marks. And the file is ready to be consumed. Quite many legacy systems read CSV files, so here we can build CSV integration very, very quickly, taking almost no time at all. The next technology I'm going to present you is the most complicated of these three. It's Core Connector Worker. Still doesn't require any programming skills, but it requires a bit more configuration than the other integrations, so I'm going to call it int mjn ccw demonstration. The technology Core Connector Worker. This is probably the most popular connector of Workday. So we're going to activate some services. This is nothing that you need to worry about. It's just something that we consultants choose to support the best practice of the integration build. So transaction log, for example, chooses this improves the runtime of the integration significantly by having like a change log in a sense. Click OK. You see error, so this means that we are missing some mandatory configuration. So the integration connector is smart enough to tell me that I need to finish my configuration before this can be run. I go to the attributes where I set up some rules and configurations. So I'm just going to call this demonstration XML. This is the file name. Version, so this is required for launch, so I need to choose which version I want to run my Core Connector Worker. Output format, we choose XML. Here we can choose what type of data we want to show. See, work address is automatically here, phone, email. Let's use private email addresses. Prior values, so when the core connector is changing data, or it's notice data change. By ticking this, we will see the prior value and then the current value that is changed. Organization, so I choose some more common ones like company, cost center, and let's say supervisory organization. It's possibility to configure field validation, so in case your third-party system requires some data, we can configure the integration to spot missing data and raise an error or warning. For address, these are descriptive attributes to the XML element, so let's have it to make a bit clearer what we are outputting. Include multiple positions, so in case person, for example, is on international assignment, this would output both position, the one that the person has in the home country. So let's just say person lives in Finland but goes to international assignment to Sweden. With configuring this, you would see both of the positions, Finnish and Swedish one. Also, if person has multiple employments, with this configuration we can have the primary employment and the secondary employment. So I'm just going to configure them all. New improvement to the integration lately was that it spots all indirect manager changes. So I'm going to activate this functionality as well for the sake of this demonstration. This is a batch run that collects the manager changes so that you don't miss any. As you see, the errors disappeared. Next thing what I need to choose is some field attributes for this integration. I see that our demonstration tenant is today a bit slow. I can assure you that in production it works much faster. Here we choose what data we want to output. So I choose personal status and position. These are quite common data fields to be included. I choose first name and last name, and then maybe we choose email. First we need to choose it here, and then email address and email type. Another status field, we can choose the latest staffing event, what has happened to the worker, what is the employee status, hire date, and maybe termination date. From position ID, let's mark it a primary position title, and the organizations we want to see. And let's choose organization name, type, subtype. Now we have some data that we want to output. And let's go back to the integration. I'm going to launch it. And I will specify here Logan McNeil just to guaranteedly have some changes. I will make very ambitious data range so that we get guaranteedly some changes. And I'm clicking OK. Now we just wait. And as you see, we jumped in time. Took 26 seconds. What this integration does is that you got various different kinds of log files. Diagnostic audit, for example, it's just telling that there was changes detected for Logan McNeil. Data changes audit will tell what was actually changed. So we see there's an organization changed for her. And then the file itself, you see a demonstration XML, the name that I chose. And here you see the file. You see prior value was Chief Human Resources Officer, but new value is Vice President. There is operation remove, so these organizations are being removed. These organizations are being added. And this one is being modified, so there's a change. And this concludes my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and if any further questions, you may ask for more details send it to my email, and I will be happy to respond to you. Here is my email, marko.nissinen@tietoevry.com. Thank you, and have a nice day.